Hello everyone, and welcome back to, I believe it's part 2 of the development growth. So in the last video I forgot to mention, when you're doing the mud box and creating your mountains and your areas of where you want your towns and stuff to be, you want to change the direction. It's going to start you off here. If you were to go down, it might look like this for you right now. Here is like the objects and all that stuff. So on the bottom of the objects area there should be this, and if you're not seeing this, you can just go into stamps and either click a stamp and then, or just hit off. Just click a stamp or something and then hit off. And then this should pop up. Doesn't matter which stamp it is or anything. So just make sure you check off when you use a stamp. But anyways, in the direction, I didn't mention it's supposed to be Y. This gives it a better levitation to the mud box. Mud box render. Well, the mud box mountain. Sorry. Alright, so welcome back guys. Sorry for cutting off the video short, but it was a time limit for my videos that I have certain, goes up to like an hour, and then I'm gonna cut it off so it doesn't take too long to render in YouTube. But anyways, before we even get started, I just want to give a shout out to the YouTuber who I did some research on when I was learning into terrains. He taught me how to do these certain things and what they do. So I'm just doing a little remake and maybe adding on more to the terrain and all that stuff. He taught me to do that stuff as well. But anyways, what we're gonna do here is continue on. As you can see, this is black because I'm going to explain that in a quick second. But before we do anything else, you want to space out these effects just a tiny bit so you have some more room. Just note that down if you guys are like taking notes or anything. I'm not sure, whoever it is. But anyways, what we're going to do now is space out these a little bit more very quickly. That's what I'm going to do, so I can have some more room and space to work in. Alright, spacing over there a little bit. Alright, so never mind that. So if you're wondering why this is black, it's because we don't have a height map in, and I just want to mention that I didn't like the way the map was working out with my height map, and I decided to create a new one. And for now, so don't get mixed up or anything, everything's gonna be the same except for that one incident on Mudbox, like I said in the beginning. But anyways, I'm just using a new terrain for the game, since this is a development growth series on making the perfect terrain for my game. So I felt like that wasn't good enough. So I think this is actually pretty decent, if I might say so myself, for the game. So anyways, let's go into the world view very quickly. And I'm just going to show off what it looks like now for anyone that wants to see. Very big difference from the beginning terrain. Alright, so we're just letting this build very quickly. Basically what build is to render it out. It's to render it out quickly. But what I'm planning on doing very quickly is changing down the resolution to 512 because right now it's at 1024 by 1024, and that is not the that's what makes it slower. Alright, so now this is done, and as you can see, very nice effect here with the mountains especially. That's what I was looking for. That's what I created some of these here. It came out, in my opinion, very nice, pretty decent, my taste. Maybe later on in the clamp we'll probably level this out more and wind up fixing it up a little bit. Right now I like the way it is, so we're gonna try to see if we can quickly, if you feel the need that it doesn't have that in your plane doesn't have enough, or your terrain doesn't have enough sand on the outsides, I will fix that up right now. So what you want to do is, if you're in 3D mode, which is the recommended, I think it's more recommended so you can see the full landscape. If you click on 3D mode, which is right here, and you go to coastal overlay, pretty sure I already showed you guys this. I'm not sure if I did or not, but I'm pretty sure I did. But anyways, I'm just gonna repeat it for anyway here. Alright, let's see here. I think I'm going to actually kill the slope a tiny bit more. I don't want it to be too sandy here. Think about maybe right about, I'd say about right here. That's decent. Okay, so now if we put the beach height, as you can see here, we can get a nice tiny bit of a sandy effect, but not just too sandy. I just want it around the edges. Now if we were to add water height, we would keep adding water to it. This is a nice water effect to it, which it just shows that could be the whole world. We can make like a lake right here, as you can see. We add a little tiny bit more, because it's gonna cover it. So drop down the water height. Right here, it's basically just the way the sun is positioned. Use it like that. Alright, so now this gives it a nice better effect here. We're gonna build this now. Okay, now we just let this build quickly. Oh, it already finished. Sorry, got a little distracted there. Okay, so now as you can see here, very nice sandy type effect. Reminds me sort of a desert type effect here. As you can see here, as well as you can see, we can change these maybe into, like, I was planning on maybe making these into Rocky Mountains a little bit more, make these more into a Rocky Mountain, and if the terrain is big enough, maybe these little lines could be like a road, sort of. Yeah, if you guys get the point. I'm changing the name also from Greystone Mountain to something else, or actually I might keep it depending on how this all suits out too. But I think I might add a little bit more grass up here, because I feel as if this doesn't have too much grass. So let's increase the grass a tiny bit. Right there, if we hit OK. and we build this again. Alright, so you can see here, now this looks very nice. This looks like a pile of sand right now, but we're going to fix that later on. If you guys are wondering why your stuff looks like a pile of sand, don't worry. I had that worry at first too, but we are going to fix that as soon as we get into Photoshop. Okay, so now let's get on with the development growth. So the next thing we're going to add is probably advanced purlin. So if we head over into the top view, we are going to go into, I believe it is generators, and if we go here, advanced purlin, we space this out a tiny bit. So if you were to, let's say, if you were to connect this like that, it wouldn't connect. It'll go straight into that, and that looks horrendous. So you don't want to do that. So what you want to do, let me connect this back at the certain point it was at. Advanced purlin, if you guys are wondering, gives it a bit of a noise effect. So it generally makes the terrain look a slight more naturally made than man-made, you know, if that makes any sense. But anyways, if we go to combiners, well, not combiners, sorry, if we go to favorites, I believe it's that. If we go to favorites and then we select combiner here, again, left click in an empty space and then right click to exit. If we go into the file input and we go into combiner, we are going to basically connect this into here and then here into, well generally you'll figure it out. So we're going to go into select the erosion and combine it with combiner, which is right here, which is basically a positive negative put together and mixed in to create energy, if that makes any sense. So primary output height field, you're going to select that and then click that into the top of the combiner, and then after that you're going to put that into the primary input. So as you see, it gives it a little bit of a sandy effect, but we're not going to keep that for now. We're going to change this up a little bit, so don't worry about that. So in order to change that, what you're going to do is we're going to 3D view so we can have a better sense of feel to it and see exactly what we are changing within the terrain. So you want to open up advanced purlin. So if we, excuse me, hold on, let's get a better view of this. Okay, so if we open up advanced purlin, we have different basic styles. So smooth, like this one right here, smoothly blurry. You can try out any of these at any time you want. This is actually a pretty nice one, rigid, I like that. Belowy, there's belowy right there, so we're just gonna see different types. That also is alright, but not quite there. I don't like how it's connected like that, it gives it a weird feeling. So sharp ridged, no, not quite there yet. Terraced, Steven's choice. Let's go into basic, rigid. No, basic, and let's see, rigid again. And so if we move this and we go back into basic, then we go into rigid, that is actually pretty nice. I think I'm gonna go with rigid. That gives that nice, very nice actually type style. So I'm actually gonna mess with it a little bit more. You can go to start and settings. You can do like canyons. You can do like let's see, you can do like very fractal, Swiss cheese, wrinkled, or whatever, you know. So but we're just gonna keep it at starting settings, or maybe we might put it into canyons. Maybe. Generally, I think I'm gonna put it into canyons. That's actually pretty nice right there. I like that effect it gave it. So let's see what it did with it if we build it. And actually, let's hit cancel now. I'm gonna show you guys something quick. If you have it at a high resolution, which I did wrong. So let me just wait for this. I'll pause the video very quickly until, oh, never mind, it got out. Okay, so what you want to do here is click on to the project settings, which is right here next to if you go to left right here, if you can't see. I didn't really need to explain that, but I don't know why I explained it. Conserve, you want to go down more of a lesser resolution because it doesn't really make a difference. This is just from rendering. But if you want, because the way we outported it was by 2048, whoops. And we are going to have to, when the project is finished, we're going to have to change the resolution 2048 by 2048, but that is not quite yet. So what we're going to do here is 512 by 512 to lower down the resolution to make the rendering time quicker. So if we click build, let this quickly build. Shouldn't take not even a minute. See, it's already done. So so as you guys can notice here, it gave this area some height, which I wasn't expecting. I think this would look nice if it wasn't so ridgy, but if it would have been better if it was more realistic, in my opinion. But we're gonna fix that now, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to fix that properly. So it's actually a very simple process to do. So what you're gonna want to do is head over into your top view very quickly. So here's file input, advanced Perlin, and drag these out a tiny bit more than they are. Give them more space. Okay. So now where you're gonna want to head over into is filters, and you're going to click on terrace. So terrace is basically gonna shift up the terrain a bit and maybe smoothen this down just a tiny bit, and fix that problem. So what you're gonna go back into top view, and what we're gonna do to fix that on our terrain is we are going to add terrace to this next to the combiner, like so. So you can see here, did do a little effect there to fix that up a tiny bit. So now we're gonna mess with terrace very quickly to fix up our mountain. Well, not our mountain, our terrain. So we're gonna see if we can choose some over here, which either not simple, not sharp, or possibly smooth or sharp. Hold on, let's see how this works. Smooth and the sharp. So we could either do dense packed glacier scraped. Plateau. Plateau looks nice. I like plateau a little bit. And then a subbed layer. So let's see what plateau does. Let's hit OK on that, and let's head over into 3D view. So hopefully this fixes up the problem and doesn't create another ridge opening on the side of the mountain. I mean on the side of the terrain, but this actually looks fantastic. This is actually a very good, nice effect here that it gave us. I do like this effect. Yep, so this is actually a very decent, nice effect here. Like the way it formed. We're gonna have to fix that for some reason is spiking up, and we'll fix that eventually. So again, see here, gave that nice little more mountain effect here. Everything else in this terrain is very smooth, very nice. We're gonna be able to still add like our cities and stuff. Over here is gonna probably be Shoreside City. Of course, obviously Greystone Mountain, maybe a Greystone City over here. And we're going to possibly make towns all throughout this area of the map. Possibly even make an ocean come through here, so not an ocean but more of a lake if we can. I don't think we might be able to, but eventually we'll just figure it out. So but yeah, this came out pretty nice. If we look onto here, gave this a nice rocky effect to it, which I really do like what it did. Very nice, very clean, as you can see. So now what we're going to do is, okay, hold on, let me see. Lower chooser visual note. Lower chooser visual note. Designer. Chooser. This one. Nice look for slice low. Alright, connect to the output. Coastal overlay for light map. AO slot. Choose file format. TGA do same with ambient occlusion. For color map. For color map, and choose output. I'm just living life. TGA create new user for erosion. Okay. Check box. Oh, you know where I'll check box. Okay, anyways, and okay, so choose for grass, rock, height, fill, TGA. Output for erosion. Okay, so one more thing I forgot, guys, was that, never mind, hold on. Height output, this is light map. Okay, got this. All right. Now we're going to start connecting the height output. So let's lock the preview here very quickly. Alright, so now if we select height output, since this here, the light map AO is a height field, we're going to connect it to the height output. So right here, you're gonna select here and drag that there, and we're gonna double click this to open up, and we're going to choose the format TGA. After that, we're going to check save the file every time the world machine is built, and now we're going to set a location for where we want this to be rendered at. So let's go to TRD terrain, terrain plane. Okay, now we're going to make a new folder. Well, so I'm going to make it more neater. Anyways, so make a new folder called world, let's see, never mind, we'll rename this to textures. I'll rename this to terrain textures. Sorry for the slamming the keyboard stuff. I don't know, the typing too hard. Anyways, so now we're gonna rename this from output to light map AO. Okay, now after the struggle of typing this, going to terrain textures, I'm just gonna save this very quickly. Okay, so now we're just gonna press OK for that, and now it should output where I told it to output, where I sent it to. Okay, next one is for the color map. So instead of the height output, we're going to go back to output right here, the tab, and we're going to select bitmap output. Let's Control Z that. Bitmap output, no, let's remove that. Sorry about that, that just messed it up. Okay. Alright, so now it's fixed. Okay. We'll put the overlay here. We'll put the height outputs here. So here's the light map AO, and now we're going to add the color map. So if you select here and click on to the other end, it should be now connected to the bitmap output. Now if we double click this, here is how it's going to be. So we're just going to leave that BMP 8 bits channel. We're going to specify the output. So let's go to desktop. Let's go to our TRD terrain folder, terrain textures. We're going to now rename this into color map. So we're going to save that now, and we're going to output file on every build. No, we'll leave that the way it is. So basically what we're doing is creating a output for each one. So for the next one, it's going to be the same thing as the height output. So we're just going to Control C, Control V to make another copy of the height field. Find it faster to just do that instead of like wasting your time typing in the same thing. Anyway, so this is going to be for the rock grass height field. We're going to double click that, and we're going to select again low compression 8-bit TGA file, and we're going to rename this. Instead of light map, it's going to be rock grass, and save that. Oh yeah, we can't do that, so rock grass, leave so terrain textures, and hit OK on that one. Just make sure we did that right one. And for the same thing, Control C, Control V for this. The primary input, we're going to bring that and drag that into the sand height field. Now that we are in the sand height field, we are now connected to this, and it should save that, but we're going to change that in a sec. So sand height field, make sure. Okay, we're going to set that to sand. TGA again. Low the TGA whatever, blah blah blah. I got a little distracted, sorry. Okay, so spread these out a tiny bit. Now we have all of these. We have the the flow map, sorry. Flow map, the where map, and the deposition map. So, and also the height map. So that's what we're going to need. So we're going to Control-C, Control-V one of these height outputs, and we are also going to raise that up more. It's down over here. Okay, so we're going to connect this primary output to the first slot in erosion, which is obviously the height map, but you can't see that right now. But anyways, yep, so it's the height map. So we're going to select set, and instead of sand, it's going to be named terrain WM height map. And then, but for this, we're going to create a new folder for WM height map inside of the terrain textures. So we're going to open that up and just hit save. Okay, and now for this, we are going to change this up. So for instead of TGA, this one's going to be TIFF 16-bit. Okay, now you're going to hit OK with that. Okay, now you want to do the same thing again for each one of these. This is the flow map, so we're going to open this up. This flow map is going to be TGA as well, and we are going to set this into, instead of the height maps, it's going to be in, find this TRD terrain, then in TRD textures. So if I'm correct, this is terrain flow map. Just save that like so. TGA as well. Control-C, Control-V once again down here. Now we're gonna check flow map. Alright, so next one is where map, and we're going to open this up, and we are going to set this as well, and we're going to change this into terrain where map, and then just hit save for that. Then after that, we're going to hit OK. And for the last one, which is the deposition map, we are going to once again Control-C, Control-V. Let's space this out a little bit more. Click here. Oops, the primary output. We need to zoom in a little bit. Sorry, let's move over here. Primary output, and put that into the deposition map. There we go. So now we're going to open this up again as well. Leave this as TGA. Set this to deposition map TGA. Okay, this is in terrain textures as well, so save, hit OK. Okay, so alright, so now that we have all of that set up, we are, what else are we going to do? We are going to actually add let's see, where is it? Let's go into here. Sorry, we're gonna have to go here and then just click overlay, select the preview. Let's go into the 3D view, and what we're going to do here is, as you can see, near this end over here, we have too much height in this map. As you can tell, it's too thick, so we're going to fix that by adding a clamp. And by doing so, we're going to head over into our top level view, and for the terrace, space out the terrace, space out this, make some room with it, make some room for the clamp. Alright, so I believe the clamp should be not in favorites here, yep, in favorites. So we're gonna add the clamp like so, and what the clamp does is it will bring down the terrain a tiny bit. So let's see if this comes out good with our terrain. Whoops. So let's open up clamp, and let's see what this does. No, let's bring this up. Okay, so that's as much as we could bring it down. If we open up clamp again and bring it back up to the way it was, I just want to make sure it's not affecting my mountain at all. So let's look over here on this view. So okay, so we add the clamp again, move this out of the way, and we bring this down. Messes with it a tiny bit, but I'm not too concerned. So let's go back here into the clamp and bring this down a tiny bit. Less, just a little bit less green on in this sand area. So now what we're going to do is just build this and see how everything came out. Blue terrain, okay. So now if we click this preview here, actually came out pretty nice and clean. It did bring this area down a tiny bit, which I do in fact like. Greystone Mountain is looking more beautiful as it goes into further into the project. But again, we're going to bulk up this mountain, make it a tiny bit bigger. But other than that, yeah, everything seems to be good. I'm not a big fan of this right here, but we could fix that up, or I might just leave it like that because I don't think it's that bad. It's not going to kill anyone or hurt anyone, so I'm not too concerned on that. But other than that, everything seems to be good. Let's see, I don't think we can add. Let's see what else we can add. No. Let's see what else we can add. Well, no, never mind. I think we're good for now. So now it's time to render this out. So now if you head over into 3D view, and in 3D view, as you can see, the resolution, it's not too good, but it's a little bit, in my taste, sloppy. So now we're going to pull this in full resolution so we can render it out and switch over to Photoshop. So again, we're going to go into the world extension resolutions, which is this thing that looks like a mountain that's being measured or something. I'm not sure, but all this is going to stay the same. For the resolution, again, as we exported this plane 2048 by 2048 from Mudbox, we are going to go ahead and render it out as by 2048 by 2048. So if we hit OK on that, we can now build our terrain. So this might take a few minutes, so when this is done I will be surely to resume the video after it's done rendering. Alright guys, as you can see here, it is officially built. So now what we're going to do is just hit OK on that. We go here into this folder. Sorry, not a very neat desktop at the moment, as you can tell, but who cares. TRD project, whoops, that's not the one. We're gonna go into TRD plane, and okay, so TRD textures. So as you can see, the terrain where map is created, flow map as well, depot, sand, rock, grass, and light map AO. Now for the light map, if we bring that into here, what we're gonna do is see what it will look like on Mudbox. So let's go to file. Actually, no, we don't need to do all that. We can just go right into Mudbox very quickly. Create file, create a new scene. Leave that alone. Close this. Open file, import, and then we are going to import the terrain object. Then after that, let's go into UV maps. Let's try texture map. Sorry, I had to think about that one for a second. Oh wait, never mind. We're gonna have to go to UV maps, scope using map, select mesh plane 1, and we are going to select the height map, and it should be in, not in this one, it should be in terrain, the project terrain, the TRD terrain textures. Here we go. In here, normal displacement map, mask map. I'm not sure what it means by that. That multiplier, I believe we're gonna have to put that to C180. Let's hit go. Actually, let's delete this operation. Done. We're gonna have to redo this one very quickly. Sorry. File, open, new scene, file, import the plane object. We're gonna subdivide this up into 7 or 8. Okay, now that we subdivided this, we are going to do the same thing. Scope, new operation, and the multiplier is to increase the size to see if everything is going well, and you have to increase it in order to get the best out of it. So target mesh is plane 001, sorry. And then desktop, 3D plane, and let's locate our height map, and the multiplier, we're going to put this up to 500 and see how that goes. See how everything goes well. So if you hit done here, you can see that you can see our whole terrain. We might have to lower this down right here because that messed up there. But in general, we can leave this the way it is. Again, like I said, I might bulk up the mountains just a tiny bit. Bulk up the mountains. Okay, so you can see the terrain came out pretty nice. We might have to limit the terrain a bit over here, bring that down probably to 450, and then I think we should be alright with that. Other than that, the terrain looks generally good. So now let's head over into Photoshop. See stock.